Olds Community TV presents Hockey Talk with the Olds Grizzlies. Hockey Talk with the Olds Grizzlies is sponsored by Hugh Bodmer, CIR Realty in Olds.
With us now is Stirling McLeod, one of the founding members of the franchise. Tell us about perhaps about the inspiration which led to, acquiring the Tabor Suns.
Well, I think the main thing is that we had a brand new arena here, and I can remember a lot of complaints about the debt that we'd gone into. It seems to be a subject I get involved in town here, but I wasn't involved with it myself, but the fact was we had a new arena with a debt, and so I just started poking around and talking to some people and saying, why don't we try and get something going that can make use of this whole new facility? And there were some great hockey people in town, because there used to be the Olds Cascaders here and the Olds Elks, and so there was lots of experience here. And we approached the Alberta Junior Hockey League, and they said Tabor was available for sale. So we rounded up some money and flew down there and got a hockey team, a bunch of smelly old worn out equipment, and a school bus.
And the school bus was the team bus, I understand.
It was the team bus, and the year before, Tabor had played against Drumheller, I guess, in the finals, and before we could even bring the bus home, they had to unload the Coke cooler that was in the back of the bus that they'd borrowed, I guess, on the last game.
Tell us about putting the money together. How did that work? To buy the franchise, that is.
Well, we just went out and we formed the Olds Sportsman Recreational Association, and we sold shares in it for $600 a unit. And so there were people that bought 1 unit, there were people that bought 6 units, there were some people that went together and put $200 a piece in to buy 1 unit. And so that's basically the way it got started. We just got enough money together to make that first down payment anyhow, and sort of went from there. But it's a tough business to be in.
So 30 plus years later, did you ever envision this day way back then?
Well, I don't know. I guess I wasn't. I wasn't that visionary. It's the kind of thing that has got such value in a community that I just really hope it's a tough battle. We're a small community to support something like this, but you really hope that we can keep this going, because I think in the last 34 years there's been nothing that has put the Olds name out in the Alberta community as a whole more than the Olds Grizzlies have, because every time the Olds Grizzlies play in Grand Prairie or Fort McMurray or Canmore or wherever it is, when the radio announcer comes on, they talk about Olds Grizzlies. And you can't buy that kind of advertising. It's just a spin-off benefit that's there. So you asked earlier about the investment, and I recall I asked one of the original investors, I said, do you remember that share that I sold you for the Grizzlies? And of course he says, oh yeah, he says, I never ever got a nickel out of that thing, and da-da-da. And I said, so are you saying it was a bad investment? And the guy said, well, no, he says it's been really good for the community. And so that just shows that people are willing to invest in good community projects. They would like to get a financial return sometimes, but they're also happy with the community return. And that's what a great community is all about, and we're in a great community.
Well, thanks very much, Stirling, and thank God there was people, community-minded people around like you back 30-some years ago.
Well, there was a number. I mean, I'm only one of a number of really great people that really stepped up and put this together. So,
thank you.
Thanks, Hugh.
Watch Olds Community TV on Channel 148 on the ONET IPTV network, or catch us on the web at www.octv.ca.